We'll see. We'll see how it's going. And a dog enjoys the walks.
People always ask me where I'm from. I could never tell them why it felt so wrong. Are you Hispanic or what if I told you that I was mixed of black and white and racial ties, and then some other things you'll never understand. What if all of this did not matter at all? I could never tell you I had felt so wrong.
Now, I know what you're thinking. It's out of your budget. It's too big. There are too many rooms. What could you even do with 4,000 square feet? But I think you're limiting yourself. Your future. This home offers things money cannot buy. Southern charms, friendly neighbors, and not to mention gorgeous views from your two-tiered terrace that overlooks the historic square of this fair town, dedicated to the men who laid down their lives for our land, who fought alongside Mr. Robert E. Lee, whose visage is cast in a magnificent memorial that stands in our square center. You know, it's not every day that you get to look history in its eyes.
Us keep turning round as we stumble through the weeds, and the wheels keep turning round as we prepare to meet our Maker, our Creator, the greater and faith maker and life taker. And the wheels keep turning round, and the sun keeps going down, and the wind is colder now, and we're clearly slowing down. And the wheels keep turning, the kids keep learning while we're still failing to chase them down. And while they're all flying, we're here denying the fear we're hiding. The wheels keep turning around.
Welcome home!
Hi, Ma.
Oh, it's so good to see you. It's about time you came for a visit.
Well, I'm here now and for the foreseeable future, so.
Well, do you have more bags? I can carry some.
I got it.
Well, I'm only trying to help, Dee. Well, how was the trip?
It was okay. I got stopped by security a few more times than I would have liked, but
The price of your ambiguity. At least you never have to tame.
immunity.
I've always seen your lightness as a gift. You can get to carry a bit of your father with you.
How are you holding up?
I've been better. I'll be better now that you're here and home from school.
I'm not done with school. I'm just taking a bit of a gap here.
Well, I know. I just never got the feeling that you really wanted to go to med school. But something like that, you have some people that you're up against, and you really have to want it. Maybe this time away will help you figure out what it is you really want.
Oh, so you don't believe in me?
Perfect. Oh, well, of course I believe in you. I think you're putting a little too much pressure on yourself for sure, but there's no rush. You allowed some time to figure things out. I don't want you to spend all your time and money in school for a career that's not something you're in love with. Just because being a doctor is a good route doesn't mean it's the right route for you. I want you to be the best version of yourself. Nothing else.
Thanks.
Well, I'm so excited to hear. It'll be like old times when you hang out and buy some new clothes.
My whole life I feel like I've been slacking. Now I'm back to where I started, and I'm laughing at myself. What the hell was I doing? Standing up for things I don't believe in, dreaming up the dreams that I don't even think are mine. What a waste of time. And who I was trying to be is someone I cannot even fathom being. I'm trying way too hard, and I'm not getting well far. I look at the road that's ahead. I pray that God will help me to take the next step to figure me out. I know I'm allowed to be confused, but I don't want to be what I want to be, what I want to be. Put to sleep the past I can't remember, holding back nothing, simply surrender to the now. 'Cause you're stuck in this town. Don't think of this as your lowest point. There is no point to sulking if you are moving away. You are just here for a few more days, and who I was trying to be is someone I cannot even fathom being. I'm trying way too hard, and I'm not getting too far. I look at the road that's ahead. I pray that God will help me to take the next step to figure me out. I know I'm allowed to be confused, go to God and I pray about all the things I'll never say aloud, and I feel the words rising in my mouth. Why did you close all those doors on me? Is there somewhere you want me to be? Why did you close all those doors on me? Is there someone you want me to be? Is it really that hard to tell me? All I ask is that you help me to see what I want to be, what I want to be, what I want to see, what I want to know, where I want to go, what I want for me, what I want to be, what I want to be, what I want to see, what I want to know, where I want to go, what I want for me, what I want to be, what I want to be, what I want to see with myself, what I want to know, where I want to go, what I want for me, what I want to be, what I want to be, what I want to see with myself, what I want to know, where I want to go, what I want for me, what I want to be, what I want to be, what I want to see with myself, what I want to know, where I want to go, what I want for me.
Dee, come in.
Are you selling a house?
Yes. But we're just gonna be late for church, so.
Mom!
Look, there's been some protests about the statue in the square and all the commotion around the house. Getting to be a little much.
What are you even talking about?
The realtor's actually coming over here right now. So if you'd like to be around, that's up to you, but I'd like to go to church. Let him handle things. Set your things down and I'll swing after, all right?
Alright, but what protests?
It's an eyesore if you ask me.
Well, Geraldine, no one asked you. Look, if you weren't going to take this seriously, you shouldn't have come.
Take what seriously? You said we were going for a walk.
I said we were going on a march. That's completely different.
Yeah, okay, Steve. Great turnout. You know, the more you talk about this, the more I think we should go to counseling.
Why? Because you think I'm crazy?
No, because I think I'm crazy for still being married to you.
All I'm trying to say is that I think it's a little ridiculous that the council's considering taking down the statue by vote no less, plastering these notices all over town.
Forgive us for thinking we lived in a democracy.
Look, I love that we live in a country that encourages its people to play the part in the big magical machine we call government. But let's face it, we the people, we make terrible decisions. We act like voting is all about our feelings instead of how the lasting impact of a bubbled-in answer can ripple the economy, the environment, the world, and for the worse.
Okay, does this have anything to do with the house you're selling down the street?
I resent you for bringing that up, but imagine yourself trying to sell the most valuable home in your career when the town is trying to cut the value in half.
I appreciate your concern, but don't you think your energy is better spent, I don't know, preparing the open house?
No one is going to come to the open house if the construction site opens right across the street.
Steve, this statue is offensive to a lot of people. Not everyone wants to see a slave owner literally on a pedestal every day.
That's not why the statue was built. It's a memorial. It's not about Robert E. Lee. It's for the people who served with him, defending the very ground he stand on.
People die for you,
There were no
and people
bad
die for you. It's what the thought I heard he died. Wonder what he's for. I don't know why, but it gives me a good feeling. I know that I never could imagine being without him standing over me. I'm overwhelmed by the sense of a history. It's in his eyes how he rides toward victory. And nothing can change that. And nothing can change that good feeling. That good feeling. Don't be ashamed of how they laid down their lives. Don't be dismayed, don't be afraid. Remembering is right. I don't know how, but it feels like he's listening. And even now I believe he's contributing to our heritage. A dream come true, American. Old tongue made good Samaritan. And servant to the great I am. When people fight for you and people die for you, it means a lot. I think if I were you, I'd at least try to do the best I could despite the odds. And nothing can change that. And nothing can change that. And nothing can change that good feeling. That good feeling. That good feeling. That good feeling.
Okay, well, good feelings aside, that's not a good reason to keep the statue here. And also, as a historian, I feel concerned about where you're getting your facts from.
Forever my little fact checker. In my field of specialty, I assure you I can sell a home on intuition alone.
Well, good. And where do you think you're going?
Well, I have to make sure the Thomas residence is ready for the open house tomorrow.
Oh, I wonder who gave you that idea.
Hey, I pre-planned this whole thing. I will see you at home. Text me when you get there, please.
I love you. Say bye, Daddy.
Bye. I love you too.
Bye. Go to church. Okay.
And instead of worshiping the glorious, ever-living God, they worship idols made to look like mere people. So God abandoned them to do whatever shameful things their hearts desired. They traded the truth about God for a lie. Wow, and that's not the worst part of it. He goes on to say, even the women turned against the natural way to have sex and instead indulged in sex with each other. He abandoned them to their foolish thinking, things that should never be done. This is not what God has called for us. You hear people claiming they were born this way, but God is calling us to a higher standard. When are you going to learn that it's not about us? It's about Him. It's God's story. God doesn't need to explain Himself, but He does. He is a presence. He is now and current and with us. These words are a reminder that we don't need to know ourselves if we know God.
Amen.
Now, I want to try something a little bit different. Today, instead of ending in a prayer, I'd like for us to fellowship as a community as God intended for us. Would you please stand? Greet one another. Then we will come back together in song.
What, not in the green mood?
Oh, not that sermon.
Yeah, you're telling me. Are you new to this church?
No, I grew up here. It's kind of my hometown.
Oh, I was hoping we had that in common.
Oh, so are you visiting?
Oh, no, I'm still looking for the right church. Been living here for a few months, working on.
Oh, what do you do?
I work at the museum. Love history, but it's not exactly where I envisioned myself using my degree.
Yeah, I just finished up school myself. What did you get your degree in?
History.
Oh, come on. At least that's the same field.
Yeah, but it's not, writing articles, uncovering buried truths.
Oh, I do not know what I'm going to do with my biology and calc now that med school is out of the question. So.
Hey, just because something's not working for you now doesn't mean it won't work in the future. And I mean, worst comes to worst, I'm sure I can find you something at the museum, if you want.
And how are you liking it here? Is this the right church?
It's a little bit too much hate speech for me, and with the minister already preaching at me, it's hard to not feel attacked.
What do you mean by preaching at?
Oh, I'm gay. Sorry about not being shy about it. Yeah, the church folk have definitely noticed.
Sorry, that sucks.
Oh, nah, being gay is great.
And the fire, brimstone, and hellfire thing?
Honestly, it's not the worst I've experienced. At least they keep letting me in.
I don't understand why you'd come at all. I don't think I know any queer people that still come to church.
Well, I don't see myself as just gay or just Christian, just as I don't see myself as only human or only a guy. Those are just parts of me. It's all and none at the same time.
You're Cuban?
Oh, what? You can tell? Anyway, it's nice to meet you.
You too.
Is this the part where you tell me your name?
Oh, I'm Dee.
Name's Davi. I'll see you later.
been that long.
Well, you would know if you ever came to service. The preacher was on a high horse today. He would not let up on Davi. I'm just glad it's over. How was the open house prep? Get everything you need?
Well, almost. I just had to hide a few boxes, dust off the cabinets, you know, the usual. I'm just finishing up this batch of cookies, and we will be good for tomorrow.
Do you think a buyer will be by tomorrow?
Well, I know a couple potentials are guaranteed. I mean, here's hoping they try to outbid each other so we don't have to worry about money for a few months.
A few years?
Well, I mean, I just hope this statue business doesn't touch any of the profit.
Oh yeah, I heard the vote on my way home. I'm sorry you missed it, honey.
Yeah. I mean, I know if I got the chance, my vote wouldn't have made a difference.
Steve,
but
don't talk like that.
I mean, it was a landslide. I couldn't win. But maybe if I could have talked to them, given them a chance to hear the other side, maybe some people would have voted with their brains instead of their guts.
Honey, I don't know when you're going to get another chance, but if the open house goes well, we can get the commission by Monday and the statue will be the new owner's problem.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. There is another opportunity. It turns out there's a bi-monthly town meeting scheduled for tomorrow, and if I could just go there and show them my side, maybe get them to change their minds.
What difference is it going to make? They already decided, Steve. You know, sometimes I feel like you're taking every opportunity just to get away from this family.
What? No, I'm doing this for our family. We need the money, Jared. We can't take any chances. Like it or not, that statue in the park is the reason why a lot of our buyers even reached out. Look, if I don't fight for them, then I don't fight for our family. And if I don't, I mean, even you need to care about the historical significance of it at least.
Yeah, Steve, I know the significance, but here's an idea. I can approach the city to add it to the museum. It can be like a part of a local exhibition. We can work on it together. It can be a family thing. We can take our son. Alan would love it.
I get that, but putting it in a museum is almost as bad as tearing it down. I have no respect to museums.
Or you're a curator of a life.
But museums aren't real, Jer. I love you, but they're not. They're the ultimate presentation. How can you see something in its true light when you put it under fluorescence?
We have skylights.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Your open house is tomorrow.
I know. I'm gonna go in the morning, push the open house until 2. I mean, people like to sleep in anyway, so.
And are you going to take the baby to court?
Well, it's not exactly court. I mean, but now that you mention it.
You said you would
It's
spend
really not the
day
best
with
day
him.
for me.
Are you kidding me? We're talking about our son. Why can't you just let it go? What do you know about Robert Eatley? I mean, really know. And don't bring up anything about his horse Traveler. That's bar trivia.
I have been prepping some background history about the key battles in the war. It's somewhere here, but this is a good thing. It's like quizzing me before a big test tomorrow.
Yeah, because if you're going to insist on fighting for his statue, you have to say a few things about the man. I could tell you a lot about him. I had to do some reading in graduate school. Apparently, despite owning slaves, he never liked slavery as an institution. He said it was evil.
See?
He also said it was time-consuming and bothersome.
Oh, yeah.
Something about how it was actually worse off for white people, but I couldn't really follow that, so I skipped ahead. What is most interesting is that he publicly said nothing on the subject. Even after the war, during Reconstruction, he said nothing. People wanted him to speak up. A good word from Lee could have helped stop the violence against black people and pave the way to equality. But, as always, he said nothing. So it makes sense they made him a statue, always there and always silent.
He never openly supported slavery.
he owned slaves. He fought a war for people who did. If there was ever a case, this is the perfect example of actions speak louder than words.
No, I think I'm just going to drop us off at the house tonight.
Really, Steve? It can't wait.
I'm just feeling a little antsy right now, so don't wait up. Go to bed without me. I'll be back soon, okay?
You can't just walk away while we're talking. Baby.
too beautiful out to be sleeping.
I wasn't sleeping.
All the more reason to get up. Look, you haven't even unpacked yet.
Don't.
Honestly, I don't understand why you don't want to. It'll make you feel more at home.
Well, honestly, I wasn't planning on staying long, so
Well, how long are you planning on staying?
how long do you have the house for?
Well, it's not sold yet.
Well, why didn't you just tell me? I could have come home for a weekend and helped pack or something.
I didn't want to burden you. You were already so stressed at school.
Okay, why are you selling it all?
When your father passed, I thought I could handle the house. It's mostly paid off, and his pension could cover me for a long while, but this house is full of his memories. It's home when you're not here. It's too big, it's too lonely. But it's not like we're forgetting him, we're just starting a new chapter.
A house is not a home, at least it's not to me. So place your bid on the house I lived in, the bargain on the street. I used to roam the halls in search of ghosts like me. I'd long for something other than silence, settling for the creaks beneath my feet. The stories we told here won't grow old here. When God closes one door, he'll open a window. The people we met here, we won't forget you. We bided our time, but you know when it is time to go. There is one thing you should know. If we move forward, it's not moving away. The moments that made us are what we take. It's not about the answers we look for every day. It's all about the choices that we make. So don't think of it simply as moving away.
Okay, so we are not unpacking that bag. It's just counterproductive.
And you're okay with this? All of this?
Yeah, I understand. I don't come home anymore. I just wish you told me. You're your own woman. You can make your own decisions now.
A woman on her own, my ancestors' wildest dreams. I'm letting go of their expectations of owning property. Am I letting you down? Am I messing up everything? I'm paralyzed by the hesitation. This house means more to me. But if we move forward, it's not moving away. The moments that made us are what we take. It's not about the answers we look for every day. It's all about the choices. It is all about the choices. It is all about the choices that we make. So don't think of it simply as moving away. Moving away.
Excuse me, you need to purchase a ticket before entering. Excuse me? Excuse me, sir. Hey, sorry to say this isn't free.
Hey.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to see you.
Me?
About a job.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I remember at church you said that you could give me a job here. And now I realize that you were just being nice. And I'm gonna see myself out. So.
Wait, I mean, hey, I can talk to my boss, but I really didn't expect you to be interested. Aren't you going to law school or something?
It was med school. But I didn't make it in, so this is me trying to pivot.
Hey, don't you think you just should stick with it just a little bit longer?
I am running out of options. Also, my mom thinks I'm here for an interview, so might as well.
Hey, might as well is not a very good response. Try using that in an interview. Why do you want this job? Oh, might as well. Yeah, probably not gonna get it.
Okay, well, sometimes it feels like no matter what I do, I just will end up back in this town. Like it's inevitable.
Okay, I know I'm supposed to disagree with you, but yeah, I kind of agree with that.
What?
About the inevitable, but I think you're looking at the wrong way. Historically, the same things keep happening, stories play out, but I think we can use that to our advantage.
How?
Well, if we know certain things are inevitable, like the day-to-day, then we can make a guess as to how things can work out.
My mom always says every day's a new day.
If every day is a new day, then why haven't things really changed? We're not progressing as a society. Whites as men rule the world, but no, it's like you said.
Every day's different. Life seems to be filled with changes. But if you're reverent, you can see likeness through ages. Rome rose and fell, the Greeks did as well. The French Empire grew, then lost Waterloo. It's plain and the same, it's unentertained. Repetitions you can't refute. Heroic triumphs don't merely spring off of the pages. Writers invite them. Poets repeat lovely phrases. Every day is different, but I can see patterns in places. The story we live in, dozens of but expectations. Say there's a source of goodness, of course, depicted as light engaged in a fight against a dark force, a dangerous discourse, and circumstances that predate our time. You say each day's different, but how can I even believe you? You offer omniscience, but honey, I can see right through you. If every day's different, then nothing's quite different. Don't act so indifferent. Different. Every day's the same.
Davi? Davi, are you in here? I need to go.
Oh shit, you have died!
Why?
Hey, you might have come here looking for a job, but I'm not gonna keep mine if she sees you here.
Well, why don't we just lie about it?
Hey, why don't you just behave? Hey, Geraldine.
Didn't you hear me calling?
What? No?
Alan and I are going to surprise Steve at his open house.
What?
We're gonna pose as guests and walk around and say things like, I'm not really sure this is what we're looking for. And then he'll say, what are you looking for? And then I'll turn around and I'll say, you.
Oh, so like the sexy intervention.
That's a weird way to put it, but yes, exactly. Steve hasn't been attentive or around lately.
I thought Steve was spending the day with Alan.
Change of plans. The town meeting was too important. He's on about the statue. Oh, I swear Alan can tell when we talk about his dad. It's like he can sense when he's there or when he's not. Sorry, I don't mean to unload this all on you. It's just, how about you head out for a table? Oh, you'll be paid for the whole day. I'll lock up.
No, but your hands are full with I can lock up. You go ahead. Surprise your man, and you know, a good open house.
Well, thank you, Davi.
Yeah.
You're too good to me.
Yeah.
But I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, no.
Well, I'm gonna lock up, but after that, I want to show you something. Or, more accurately, somewhere. No one ever comes out here. It's actually my favorite part of the museum. Most nights, I like to sneak up here after we close, and if you stand up right here, you can see my favorite sight in the whole town. See how the sun sets right between those two statues? It's beautiful. It's like they're holding with the sun.
Oh, is this a black woman?
Yeah, it's officially titled Bust of an African Woman. But, I mean, most people don't get that because, you know,
The white
the
one.
marble.
But her blackness shines through the way her hair falls, her mouth, that smirk.
Okay, you're not really supposed to touch the works here, so,
I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. I mean, I'm impressed. The way you speak is so poetic. Maybe you should be a writer.
That's just years of pent-up thoughts and observations slipping out. Never mind.
No, I mean, if that's what you're hiding up there, I want to hear.
Well, when I was a kid, and we'd be out in public, I would always look around and study people's faces. I was looking for someone like me, but I never did find anyone. No one that was the same.
You're unique.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be. I still don't. And sometimes I can spot people with the same shaped nose, or same kind of hair, sometimes even the same shade of skin, but no one had it all. I mean, I've since met people and realized it doesn't really matter, but there's something special about seeing yourself in the world, like, even if you did it somewhere.
I get that.
I don't think I wanted anything more. Sorry, what I'm trying to say is that I really related to the statue.
Don't say you're sorry. The things you know are simply put extraordinary. Almost beyond belief you could truly have known me. The very core of what keeps me awake at night flows out of you before my eyes. She's like a mirror, a part of me I've never seen. Just being near her gives me the feeling of a dream. It's kinda scary to come so close to realize she understands me more than I know about myself, my mind. It seems the questions are clearer, the answers are there in my reach. It is like the sun between the statues, a passing sight of what could never be. And then there's me, and then there's me. It's like she's rolling her eyes, her lips are perfectly bursting. She's fed up with all the lies this world is constantly telling. How can I become more like her? This statuette that I'm seeing, what does she have that I'm needing? What part of me needs redeeming? It's getting harder. No one imagines how hard it gets. I'm straying farther. My heart and head aren't making sense. I wanna know him the way he somehow never be.
Wait, am I reading this wrong?
No, I don't know how to feel, what to feel.
Because I was pretty sure you were pursuing me. This is so me, I always do this. You know, there was a time I literally thought I was crazy because of shit like this. How am I convincing myself over and over that people like me?
I do like you.
Dee, that is not helping. I can get past this, but I need you to never say stuff like that.
No, I've thought about it, and I do like you, like you.
Okay, then what's the problem? Is this your first time liking guys?
I'm still trying to work it out.
You know what? It's fine.
What?
Look, I can't do confused guys. It's nothing personal. I just don't hate myself to go back to this. Do you understand? This isn't a phase for me. I'm not waiting for my feelings to pass. I've worked through them. And I'm not about to offer one of the most vulnerable parts of myself to someone who doesn't even know how they feel about themselves.
I just have a lot going on with homes, school.
Oh, so you got a lot going on, yeah. It's fine. Never mind that I'm barely making enough money to get by, or that I'm not doing what I want to do in the world, because, you know, you have a lot going on. Not everyone is as lucky as you. You know, I don't go home anymore. My mom wasn't too happy about the Christian thing, let alone the gay thing. And now I can't see my sisters, but no, I get it.
Maybe we could just go back to before. Either way, I like you. I like to be around you. But I'm not really sure what I want.
They say to look before you leap. Maybe next time I won't read into things. I knew that it wouldn't have worked, but I would try like I always do, because I am almost numb to the hurt. It's never me, it's always you. And no matter what I do, I can never find it in me to find the right person who would actually be capable of loving me. And it's not what I wanted, but I get it. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not you. Or maybe it's something deeper. I really thought that we were gonna make it through. I thought the way was rough before. It's hard to top being disowned. But somehow this still hurts me more. When will I learn that people will inevitably become too self-absorbed to even see what I could be? But I'm tired of trying, and I'm done being turned down. Despite the odds I found, you're too afraid to bet on me, and you won't let your feelings out. It's never me, it's always you. And no matter what I do, I can never find it in me to find the right person who would actually be capable of loving me. And it's not what I wanted, thoughts lead you to. I'm not afraid of rejection. I know it comes. It's my new normal. But if you finally find yourself, then come find me. I want to see if we are worth giving a try. If you're willing to try. If you're able.
All right, moving on. I do hope this will be a brief statement.
It'll be as brief as needed. I've come here today to revisit the topic of the Robert E. Lee statue in Historic Park.
Sir, I appreciate your passion on the subject, but we brought that to a vote yesterday and the council ruled in favor of its removal.
Well, I think something like a statue that's been a pillar of our community warrants a few more discussions before tearing it down. My name is Steve Elias. You may recognize me from my bus bench as a local realtor. I sell houses all over the county, but this town is nearest to my heart because it is my home. There is no other place that bleeds history like this town. And one of the biggest draws is our historic square. We don't get many opportunities these days to revel in the history that allowed us to get where we are, but I can tell you that anyone who walks through that park and sees that statue has no choice but to remember the events and the people that built this town. Now, in the housing market, history is often listed as character. It's something to be admired, and it often increases the property value. I know from experience that removing the statue from the square will not only decrease the property value of the homes that surround it, but also will have an effect on the economy of the town, not to mention tourism. If we forget our history will forget us.
That is enough! Mr. Elias, did you attend yesterday's meeting on the statue?
I was unable to make it.
I wonder why you did not bring this to our attention then, and how you missed the many reasons why we came to that vote. Do you know a large majority of this community feels isolated and offended by that statue? Do you know that the man that statue depicts was an advocate for enslaving people of color, just like my colleagues? That statue reminds people of the horrors we've had to overcome, and not in good ways.
Well, actually, he wasn't an advocate. And besides, this statue isn't about him. It's a memorial for those who've fallen in the war.
I'm glad you're sure of that, but that memorial is also a monument, and whatever reason it was built, it is no longer needed.
You are forgetting your history.
No, sir, we are just not putting it on a pedestal anymore. It's time to move on. Can we have our next citizen step up to the podium? Thank you for your words, Mr. Steve.
Call me crazy, but I'm the one who came with facts. Your feelings don't erase the past, no matter what the news is saying. Call me angry, as though it's gonna change the truth, as though the statue's gonna move, though it's been here longer than you. I must admit, you're right. He doesn't sit well with me, and I'm going to put up a fight. So count on it, I'm not going to turn a blind eye. die. I cannot quit, even if I tried. Call me crazy, but you're the one who balked at me, and you're barking at the wrong tree. Time to look into a mirror. It's amazing. You somehow cannot believe good intentions and good deeds are behind Robert Lee's iconic statuette. Of course, you see only the scars, the Civil War left, and you can hate me, and you can bend. I'm done explaining to you something you will never get. Call me crazy, call me crazy, call me crazy, but maybe you're wrong.
Your speech in there was absolutely inspiring. I can't believe more people don't see it the way we do.
The way we do?
Yeah, I voted to keep the statue, and I would have voted for you too. Are you a professional speaker or a politician at least?
Thank you. No. Like I said, I am a realtor.
Oh, wow, you're just so polished. Well, do you have any sales coming up? I'm actually looking.
Yes, I do. I have an open house today sorry, I gotta go.
He's heading for the square. Let's follow him.
I've tried for what it's worth, but the fireworks, they just weren't there. And I'm not sure what I am feeling at now. I've made things worse, but the fireworks, they just weren't there. And I'm not sure what I am feeling. Is it supposed to feel like you're losing track of who you are, of what you want? Is it supposed to hurt like the years that you'll never get back? Is that the feeling? What am I doing? I'm not this stupid, but I can't prove it. Oh God, I knew it. I have always known. I am what I am, and I am going to accept it. I am what I am, and I am going to accept it. If only that was the case. If only that was all I had to face. If only I had to stand up and say I am perfectly A-okay, and all I have to do is change my fate. It doesn't matter what other people think of me, as long as I'm being true to myself. I can be free to whatever my heart desires, for I
Geraldine, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? I came for your open house. I came to surprise my husband and his father. I have been here waiting all day. I should be asking you what you're doing here. Or better yet, why you weren't here.
What is she talking about?
Geraldine, can we please talk this over at home?
I believe this is a conversation that's important for Mrs. Thomas to hear.
Excuse me?
Alan is clearly exhausted.
Do not talk to me about Alan as though you know what he means.
Well, okay, well, I'm sorry, but I really need to know what this is all about. This is still my property for a little while longer, at least, and I want some answers.
Well, maybe a lot longer. Isn't that right, Steve?
The open house, I missed it.
What? How could you miss it? You planned it.
Well, I went to the town meeting. I thought I could finish in time.
Do you understand that I'm selling this house because I cannot afford it anymore? Do you get that you are stealing my retirement and my livelihood?
I went to defend this property value. They're trying to take down the statue, and that will greatly affect the selling point of this house.
Not as much as showing up for the open house.
Mom.
Not now, Dee.
You can't fix this, Steve. You can't convince your way out of it. I don't even have to convince anyone here that what you did for yourself. You're not some hero coming forward for a noble cause. You're selfish. And I don't think you even care enough to admit it.
Please.
I'm done, Steve. I'm not coming home with you. I'm not putting up with you. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm staying with my sister. I already brought some things over. Just wanted to be sure that you knew that this was your fault. You chose this.
Geraldine, just wait.
Don't make this worse.
Come on, Dee, let's go inside.
Please, let me just explain this.
No. Please take your sign and get off my lawn. I don't need explanations. I just need a new realtor.
All my life the words I spouted past the targets blown. With every phrase my love was shown. Too bad all those targets ignored what they might have known. And far I chased until I slowed. That's all I've known, that's all they do. And every time that I threw my buckets down, I drew up only dirt. And still I thirst, that is until I drew up you. You're thirsty too. Everlasting water, we're all chasing after. Christian sons and daughters, why not chase together? We could be better. Forever, maybe.
Many of you know that my day job is selling houses. I have to learn everything about the property and everything that passed through it in order to restore it in the eyes of the buyers. Because what may seem like a rundown manor to one person is a home of potential to me. And this park, this statue, has seen better days. Days where it was applauded for and for what it stands for. Days where parades were held in its honor. I say those days don't have to be over. Because it takes a realtor to know what's not for sale, and this statue, it is not for sale.
You look like a mom.
Who says they aren't? Davi? Dee, this isn't a good time. Can we table these talks until after the psycho's out of town?
I know what you're going to say, I do. I hope that you know that I always knew that you just wanna leave it alone, as though that fixes you. You simply wanna quit me, but there's so much more to you, because you don't wanna push me away. And that's the truth, calling me a liar, but you know you're lying too, and you are scared I don't feel the same. And I'm scared too, but what if I told you this was the means for us to prove that we are worth fighting for? And we are worth fighting for. 'Cause when you're boring in the South, you find your foot inside your mouth, and it's hard to find the right words to say. When you're running down the road, there's only 2 railways to go, but how do you know the right way? You know I betrayed your trust, and I can't say that I am in love. But I know there's something about you that I cling to. I hope you understand what I am willing to lose, and I know what I want to choose. The time for half-hearted answers has finally flown the coop, and we are worth fighting for. And we are worth fighting for.
Exactly what I was going for, but yes.
Tonight, something drew us here. I see you out there with your candles. Lift them up. Let the world see that you aren't afraid. They might think we came here for a vigil, but this isn't a funeral. This is a fight, and we're not lying down.
It starts out small, like a fire small, just an ember, a spark. We remember you. The memory grows, and it catches, it shows where we're lacking in glows, and the darkness like proof. 'Cause when you're boring in the South, you find your food inside your mouth, and it's hard to find the right words to say. When you're running down a road, there's only 2 railways to go, but how do you know the right way? But we are worth fighting for. stupid, forgetting that we're lucid and intelligent. They don't know how to show, let alone express what they meant. They're pointing fingers, curse us out until it lingers like a stench in the air. They don't like how we're right, why should I pretend that I care? They're running fevers, chasing us down with their cleavers and torches in their hands. They just don't have the knack to differ between thought and fact, yet they still demand. But here we will stand, and we say nothing is new. Did you forget that we could choose to argue what we think is putting the world on the brink of destructive truth? It's like you never knew. Oh, look who's talking. It sounds a lot like you are mocking our words and our ways. But once upon a time, in your little nursery rhymes, judgment was disdained. Now don't you feel ashamed? And we say we tell the truth. You're the piece of shit that doesn't seem your rest, but express the head to take the rest. So you're ignorant. Know that you're not brilliant. No, you are ignorant. Know that we are brilliant.
We are here in historic square as what started out to be a rally in favor of keeping the statue of Robert E. Lee has turned into a riot, with protesters supporting the removal. Police have arrived on the scene, but tensions continue to rise.
See, the messages are all over the place. Taking a stance on the statue is not enough. The supporters are airing out their own opinion, and it's really distracting the cause.
Caroline, why is this my problem?
You're the face of the movement. Like it or not, that video you kicked off this whole media circus, so either you step up to the plate or find someone who can.
Excuse me, can you tell me about why you're here?
I don't know the right person to talk to. Let me go get Davi.
Yes, as a Latino man, what is your stance on the removal of the statue?
Not Latin, but I don't really think it's about the statue.
How so?
There's a lot of things to talk about. How do I put it?
They say they're being honest, that the statue is a promise that this town cannot break. But I think that they're scared of what happens when it's not there. They know why it was made. They say it's for the soldiers, the dead and fallen from the Civil War, or for their memory. But while they fought the war, they claimed the lives of slaves to own for eternity. That's the memory they want to keep. But don't take my word, I know what you've heard from those on the opposing team. And if I were to stop for a second, make you a bet, I know that you would agree. They just never like the facts. never mind the facts. Even though the proof's crystal clear, they can't seem to hear our words as the honest truth. They just never like the facts like that. Never mind the facts like that. They never mind the facts. Take that back, just like that. Take that back, just like that. Take that back, just like that. They never mind the facts.
What happened?
Disperse or we will use force. Officers arrest anyone who resists.
This was never supposed to involve violence. I just wanted to make a point.
Consider your point taken. They don't like what we're saying. That is, if we're trying to say anything.
We haven't done anything wrong.
If you could explain that to the police officer as he's coming in, then be my guest. But I'm leaving and you can come with me.
Listen up, Davi. I'm trying to, but you're not exactly the light. I don't want to wake my mom. Yes, I figured since we're coming in through the window instead of the door. Okay, hang in. I think I got it. Alright, where's your first aid kit? Right, it should be one of the boxes marked toiletries.
Okay, the boxes are where?
What? No, they were here. I told her not to unpack them. I specifically told her.
Your mom unpacks for you? This is sweet.
I don't really want to get into it, but it's actually manipulative and a little overbearing.
You know a lot about my life and how I don't exactly get along with my mom, but this isn't really registering as a bad thing.
Okay, so we're like supposed to be moving just across town, but then we had a bit of a falling out with our realtor, and now it looks like the sale is on hold. I feel like she's trying to buy time as though the fight with the realtor was just a cover, like she never wanted to sell. And now that I'm here, she can play house.
Alright. Well, Dee, everyone wants to spend time with you. Maybe you should be happy about that.
Sorry, what's so crazy?
Hey, here, let me help you.
Should probably just put it in the bathroom. I'll go check in there.
Whoa, it's really not coming down out there.
Okay, I got it. Do you mind, helping me? I can't exactly see the back of my head.
Yeah, of course. I guess we should clean it here. Oh, sorry.
Let's just talk, distract me.
Oh, okay. I saw you were speaking with that reporter in the square.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even...
Oh, yeah, I didn't even think you had strong feelings one way or another, so I was just surprised.
Hey, I didn't seek her out. She came to me. And I do have a lot of strong feelings. I just don't know how to put them into words right now. Never been able to place myself. Figure out where I am. And as soon as I could do find out something about it, I never knew.
What's wrong with that?
God, it's scary. I'm not supposed to like you, but I do. Now the world's falling apart. I can't help but think what I want is really important.
But it is. You just have to leave it.
You think it'd be easy? Where do I begin? The home where they raised me, a pantry stocked in shelves I hid in. The simpler the memory, the more I read it. Could they all have known what I couldn't have done? I wish I were more sure of who I am now. People find me laugh out loud when I'm around. Am I a joke to you? I don't know how to prove to myself. What else can I do to become the best version? I don't have the answers just yet. I claw at my skin like I'm trying to grasp it. I don't have the heart to forget the moments that made me, but I cannot share them. So I sit in silence, hidden away. I've outgrown the pantry while lying in wait. It's my job to come out and plan the parade. I'm just scared of losing my one saving grace. Who am I to you? I don't know how to prove myself. What else can I do to become the best version? Who am I kidding? I'm all out of pretty lies to tell. I am far from done. No one knows if they're the best version. I'm making the soreness is stemming from inside. I'm waiting for something to click in my mind. I'm praying I'll realize I hold my own, and I need to be more confident. I wanna be the best version. I need to be more confident. I want to be the best version. I walk out the pantry while holding my breath. I met with the family, don't know what is next.
What's going on? I saw the news. Are you hurt? There's footage of you being beaten by a man looping on TV right now.
I'm fine.
Do you have any idea what something like that can do to your future? It can destroy it in an instant.
It's not like I asked to get hit.
But you chose to be there, to put yourself in that situation. And this one. Nice work taking advantage of my son. The second he gets a head injury, you pull him into bed.
Okay, I think you two need a moment.
Actually, I just need you to go.
Fine. Really?
No, I'm not done talking to you.
Dee, it's fine. I'll wait outside.
I'm trying to understand. Have you been going to church when you're at school?
Yes.
Well, how do they feel about this?
To be honest, this is a little new.
Oh, have you slept with him?
Ma, no, jeez.
Well, then how do you know?
Is that your way of giving me permission?
Honey, you know it's not to me. I love you, I do. But God says in Romans 1:26 that this is unnatural and immoral. Well, what do you want me to say, Dee? That all is well? That I accept you for you? We're supposed to hold each other accountable as Christians.
Yeah? What about the race is just outside.
Well, I don't care about them. I care about you. You still have a chance to turn back. This is a test put before you by the Lord. Remember the word. You can do all things through Christ. You just have to want to.
I did my best to raise you right. I stood the test and walked the line. You know the rest. You know what's right. You have to choose to want to try. I've prayed for you every night. I pray for you every morn. I pray you'll turn back to God and be reborn. 'Cause life is too hard, and I don't want to see you give in to your sins or reckless living. You are up against a test of God.
I can't just turn it off.
God is with you.
No, it's not like that.
God forgives you.
No, it's hard, but we'll give it some time.
God won't change his mind.
Talking about God, I'm talking about you.
And I will never change mine.
I'll be here for you whenever you're ready.
Steve, there's someone here I'd like you to meet. Steve. This is Jonathan. He's offered to help with the cause.
Oh, very nice to meet you, Steve. I'm an admirer of your work. You have a gift speaking, way with words.
Thank you. What exactly do you plan on contributing?
Well, right now we're lacking funds and overall support, but Jonathan here has offered to help with both.
Both. Look, I've already gathered up to $15,000 for posters, marketing, travel expenses. We have been boosting that clip of your speech. In the right channels, the supporters will come flocking.
We've already confirmed 50 people coming in for tomorrow's protest.
Wow. What's the catch?
What do you mean?
No one on a whim takes their money and time and invests it in complete strangers. Not without a motive.
Steve, you're the motive. You motivate me. I get it. A man in a white suit shows up, handing out money and promises. It must be my money or blood money at least. But I tell you, it isn't no. It's old money. Family earned. But that's not bad thing. The only reason I have these funds are because my ancestors toiled for me and my children. It is because of my history I'm where I am today. I will stand for them and be sure no one will tear down my legacy or theirs.
Okay. Then great. Why do you need me?
Now you're what people see on the news. You're the biggest breadwinner, and we want to put you everywhere. Is $15,000 not enough?
What?
Steve, the money is for you. We want to license the video, make t-shirts.
But we also want to make sure you're getting your fair share. Look, we know you lost a big say over this statue here, and your family left you. So, we thought the money could help you get back on your feet.
Steve, think about it. This kind of support could make a big difference. If this goes national to the Supreme Court, you can change history forever.
What do you say? You will not regret this. I'll have my account wire you the money as soon as the bank opens in the morning. But as for now, there's no time to waste. The right to assemble just came through. We have the plumbing. So I want to see everyone at the statue in 20. It's time we let everyone know that we are not only right, but we have the right.
You've reached the phone of Geraldine Elias.
We have the right, we are the right, we're in the right, unite the right, we'll make it right, because we're right, they're never right, we're always right, we have the right, we are the right, we're in the right, unite the right, we'll make it right, because we're right, they're never right. Through all of the ages, we remain the same. We've written the pages. Why bother complaining? The field is wider now, and it's ripe for the picking. And we swear to settle down if you leave things as they be forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And we are pure, and we're absolutely sure of the need for subservience in the world that we live. And we are right, and we are proud, and the time to rise is now, else we give up our tradition and we let our people down. We have the right, we are the right, we're in the right, unite the right, we'll make it right, because we are right.
I don't understand. How is this even legal?
I asked around and they're saying that they have a permit to gather, so they're allowed to be here more than we are.
We need to do something about this.
We are doing something. We're protesting.
Protesting is not enough. We're not up against people willing to listen. We have to show them. We have to take away their pride, the way they're denying ours.
How are we supposed to do that?
This is supposed to be just about the statue, nothing else.
This is about the statue. It's always been. Well, it's about what the statue stands for, which, to no surprise, is the time in which whites were not persecuted for being in charge. Our message has always been clear.
This is not what I signed up for. I am not a racist.
For someone who's such a good speaker, you don't seem to know what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't mean it.
Steve, it doesn't matter what you meant. It matters what you said, and your words and image and vigor inspired hundreds of people to come here for a worthy cause. And you can never take that back. Your words and your image are no longer your own, they're ours.
And nothing can change that. And nothing can change that. And nothing can change that.
I take it you don't want the money then? Steve!
You know, I have an idea. What if we just took the statue down ourselves?
It's not that simple. There has to be another way.
Think about it. The city already voted to remove it, so we can just help them finish the job.
Okay, but how would we even do that? You want us to get a couple of drill guns?
I don't think we need to. We have enough people. If we just get some rope, we can pull it through.
You know, it doesn't feel like the right things to go about things. We're out of it.
We're worth fighting for. If we don't do anything, then nothing will ever change.
We have a chance to make a change, to do our part to break the chain. It's fleeing fast, no time to waste. Our history is giving chase. I say we can win the fight, I say we can win the war. I pray when we win we might settle the score. For years we've been standing by, for years we've been hanging on, but here comes the turning point we've waited for. It's time to wake up. No more sleeping on our sorrows. What we do will change tomorrow. We must take the test to top them all. The test to top them all. The test to top them all.
Guess I'll find some rope.
You've reached the phone of Geraldine Elias. I'm sorry I missed your call. I'll try to give you a call back when I can, or maybe you can just text me. Yeah, text me.
Hey, I just want to know you're okay. Yeah.
I see we're driving toward a cliff, and yet I do not budge. I mean, I really need the lift, so onward do I trudge. I know the consequences that are given with the course, and yet I still believe that the compass will lead us north. So we drive forward, onward, to who knows what, but we know what. The intersections we are passing are riddled with signs, some legible, some hard to read, some telling of our times. We pick and choose while on our cruise and stay within our sights. We both anoint a vector point down the horizon line and decline into a canyon deep.
It's giving way. Keep rolling.
In my mind, it felt a lot like sleep. I was always asleep, but now I wake too late to meet defeat. I saw us driving toward a cliff, and yet I did not budge. I wish I did not ignore it, but wishing's not enough.
Get the medics over here.
Don't move.
Get the medics.
Davi.
Don't touch him.
Dee, it's not your fault.
No, please, stay with me.
Sir, can you please step aside? We need room to work on it.
It's not your fault.
thank you everyone for joining us here today to remember Davi Juarez. If you will, please all take a seat. I knew Davi as a co-worker and a friend. He was a proud historian and an advocate for this town. Davi had the gift of saying what people needed to hear. I can't count the times I walked into work, set on doing one thing, and then have him say the exact right words that just sent me spiraling. In a good way, I mean. It wasn't what I wanted to hear, but it was more what I needed. He really helped me in more than one way. I know that it's weird that a 40-something-year-old woman needs advice from someone half her age, but he was kind of an old soul, you know? And I owe him, and I miss him. And this community is going to miss him too. At this time, we'll be opening up for loved ones to come forward and say a few words.
Oh, Dee, sit down. You're coming.
For those of you who don't know, I'm Dee Thomas, son of Edith Thomas, friend of Davi. I normally don't do things like this. I wouldn't even sit in the front pew, but it's like Jordan said. Davi helped show me what I needed. Which the other comes up.
A part of me I've never seen, just being nearer gave me the feeling of a dream. It's kinda scary to come so close to realize he understood me more than I know about myself. My mind, like a car, you were colored, nothing but another moment of color. You were just a thing to them, 'cause you could never be them. Color filled you, color killed you, color lied, color died. It seems the questions are clearer. The answers are there in my reach. But it's like the sun between the statues, a passing sight of what could never be.
Thank you for that. If no one else would like to speak, we will conclude the service with a prayer.
I'm sorry. I don't want to intrude, but I did know Davi, though, not as well as I should, but my wife, Geraldine, knew him, just as she said. Thank you. What happened to Davi wasn't right, and I know I'm not blameless. It's my fault, in part. I shouldn't have been so focused on anything but my family, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you for your confession, Steve. This is a hard time for the community, but it's how we recover that makes the difference. We often offer communion and prayer for anyone in need of these services, and our brother Steve has answered the call. We must gather together to bring one another up out of these dark moments. Would you join me down front and lay a hand on Steve or somebody nearby? Let's be the community that we all need right now. Our Heavenly Father, please bless our brother Steve Ellis today. Give him peace, for we know you've already forgiven him. There are no mistakes beyond your healing power, Lord. All sinners are welcome in your house, and we are thankful for bringing Steve forward today. May we all be like him, leaning on our faith, hopeful for a future where our decisions do not make us. Steve is a good man. He doesn't deserve to have his whole life ruined for something he did not mean. The reason we gather here today will not be the reason that we stay. There was a time for mourning, but now we rejoice.
Day. Looking at you from this angle makes me realize it's not all that flattering. I don't know if you were supposed to be a handsome man, Mr. Davi, but I figured you at least look better. I've been living across from this square my entire life, and I figured I'd just spend my time looking past you. You're not all that interesting, you know. Not all that big either. When I was little, I thought you were so big and tall, like a skyscraper. But I've been to the city. I've seen real skyscrapers. And now that you're on my level, lower really, you seem like such a small thing. And I want to be mad at you. I want to scream that you killed Davi. But even saying that now sounds crazy. Oh. I don't really know. I just wish we saw you through what we were before we threw away lives. You're just a piece of stone that stands for nothing. Well, stood.
Dee? Are you going to leave without telling me? I don't blame you. Look, I don't expect you to explain it to me, but I do want you to talk to me, or at least listen. You know that I love you, but what you are doing, you know it's wrong. What more of a sign do you need?
You think God did this?
I don't pretend to know the mind of God.
But you think that I'm wrong.
I didn't say that.
No, you're saying that I'm choosing to be the wrong version of myself, as though I have a choice. Like I would choose to isolate myself even more, despite the fact that I don't have a grasp on what I want to do with my life, or what box to check on a fucking form. You are lucky that all you are is a black woman, because the fact that I am black or white or straight baffles every person I come into contact with.
All I am? Really? Do you think I have no idea? I am a black woman. I don't think I need to tell you that my life has been hard. That I needed to make changes about myself just so that I didn't come off as angry. Even right now, I'm working very hard not to raise my voice. So please hear me when I say that I get it. That I've been getting it longer than you have been alive. More than you ever will.
I don't doubt your life has been hard. I'm glad that you feel safer when you fit in. But I don't want to fit in. Not with these people.
People always ask me where I'm from. I could never tell you why it felt so wrong.
You're just confused.
All of these did not matter at all.
Darling, this isn't you.
I could never tell you why it felt so wrong. You don't get to tell me how it feels to be in love. You don't get to tell me what was real. I know enough to choose this. It's insanity. Who would choose to be like me? I don't know how to prove myself. We don't get to choose where we are from, but we have a choice in what we will become. If we tell ourselves the same old things, I don't think the world will ever change. The darker times give way to lights, they always do. One day you'll wake up to realize what you put me through. You'll look back long after I am gone. You will finally know why it had felt so wrong. I am trying to be real. I can't forget what I feel. I know what they'll say of me. I know I'll lose family. I wish for some other way. I pray for the strength to say I am what I am to be. Oh. that I get it. Maybe it's true and maybe it's not you. But maybe it's something deeper. I really thought that we were gonna make it through. I look at the road that's ahead. I pray that God will help you to take the next step to figure it out. I know you're allowed to be confused, but I don't want that for you. I've tried for what it's worth. I've tried for what it's worth. And now I've made things worse. It's so much worse, and I'm not sure what I am feeling.
I really do love you.
Love you too.
Funny how far from the town I get. Statue seems more like a statuette. Now that it's gone, you'll see what is left when we lay it down for a statuette. Funny how far from the town I get. Statue seems more like a statuette. Pity the fools and the friends I've met while we all lost for a statuette. Statuette. Statuette, statuette. One step forward, the wheels keep turning, the sun keeps going down. 2 steps backward, we are worth fighting for. Last ditch effort, moving along, moving away. Worse or better, God, I hope it's better. Statuette. Funny how far from the town I get. Statue seems more like a statuette. Now that it's gone, you'll see what is left when we lay down for a statuette. Funny how far from the town I get. Statue seems more like a statuette. Pity the fools and the friends I've met when we all lost for a statuette. The story we told here won't roll here. When God closes one door, He'll open the window. The people we left here, we won't forget you. We bided our time, but you know when it is time to go. And there is one thing that we know. If we move forward, it's not moving away. The moments that made us are what we take. It's not about the answers we look for every day. It's all about the choices. It is all about the choices. It is all about the choices that we make. So don't think think of it simply as moving away. Funny how far from the town I get. A good feeling. Funny how far from the town I get. A good feeling. Funny how far from the town I get. A good feeling. Funny how far from the town I get.